Hi, I wanted to just sort of walk you through the World Religions course. I'm starting here with a video of my screen, and I'm actually talking in a video of myself on my screen so that you can see me at the introduction. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, if you're going to navigate the course, let's kind of walk you through it. So, what you need to do is you need to open up your web browser. I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to use Safari. And then what you do is you proceed to go to the LLCC website, go to My LLCC, and then if you go there and you come down under the quick links and click under Blackboard, you log in, and then once in there, you'll find the course that you're taking. This is World Religions, and I have quite a few courses because it's multiple semesters I teach, and this is the one I'm working on right now. And when you come in, you'll come into announcements. Any new announcements will pop up here. So if I've sent one, it should come to your email, but you'll also see it here. Shortly below that, you see this area that says Getting Started. The Getting Started section is basically, it's basically where you kind of walk through this, where you should be right now. And if you click that, you'll get that same initial welcome message. That way you can kind of see what I sent out initially, just to say, here's the way the course is set up. If you click Introductory Videos, you'll then see a series of videos, including the ones I'm working on right now. This one has, for my ethics course, I moved them over as placeholders. And then you click on Syllabus. You'll have this. You should read through the entire syllabus before the first exam. The first exam will include questions about that. So about the first exam will include questions about the syllabus or the first quiz. So you'll probably want to make sure to read that, as well as a few other areas. But I'll talk about that in a second. There's computer requirements. I'm using a Mac, and so I'm using Safari. The college does discourage you from using Internet Explorer. Whenever I use Internet Explorer on the PC I have, the pages do not come up well. So don't use Internet Explorer. You can use Mozilla Firefox. You can use Google Chrome. You can use a lot of things, but just don't use Internet Explorer. If you have any information here, this gives you information on how to contact technical support, information technology, who to email, things like that. What's next just simply leads you into saying, here you go, get started. What you'll find here is when you click on course modules, this is where most of the information for the course is under this course content section. I'll come back to that here in just a second. First, I want to talk about this. If you click your grade under course resources, it will give you a breakdown of all the grading components, and you can keep track of your grade. I may need to reorder that a little bit, but that's there. There's contact information. It'll have a little picture of me, and then it'll say, title, email, phone number, cell phone number, everything you need in order to contact me. And so that's an easy way to get it. And if you go to your calendar, it should include all the course deadlines. I believe they should be in there if it'll pop up. That they should pop up in there. If not, you'll need to mark it, and I need to mark it. But that should be, that's it there. World Religions, it shows what's due. And so that's a nice resource if you use that. So you can see what's due in your courses. Now, back to this other part. So if we come here to course modules, there's two modules up here at the top. Those will remain at the top because these are things that you'll need to be thinking about all semester. Then below that, you'll have all the modules for all the different topics: Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, so on and so forth, and the final exam here at the bottom. When you're finally done with the course, you click to take the final exam. It'll give you a little bit of information about what the final is like. I may add a video and put that in if I am so inclined before the end of the semester, but that will be basically there. But if you go back into course modules, at the top, you'll find two of these that go on the entire semester. The others are the modules for each unit. So you see here, this one has due Tuesday, September 3rd. It's the only non-Monday because of Labor Day. But if you click there, I'll just go in. What you'll find in here is you will find what you're going to learn. You'll find a list of everything you need to do. And as you go down, you'll find a copy so you can print out what you're doing. You can also find a, I'm sorry, I was just moving my computer, so if it was making some noise, the fan's really loud, so I just wanted to put it so it was not being as loud. You'll find an introductory video. I'm probably going to change this video, so I might look a little bit different. There'll be an extra credit discussion board on getting to know you. There'll be a little video on history of religion. There'll be a couple lessons you click, and it'll open them, and it'll kind of walk you through a few little things that you can learn. And then you have a journal entry. After you finish this module, I ask you to kind of reflect on what you learned. And then every unit has a news discussion board. The news discussion board is where you go out and read religion articles about religion, and you then write just a little summary of it, give your own feelings and thoughts, and you interact with others. And the idea is that as you go on throughout the semester, you can see where other people, how they are dealing with religion and issues that are currently in the news, and that kind of connects the ideas that are in the course being talked about with what's going on daily. You'll see a lot of religion news out in the news. In order to complete that, you can also get all those discussion boards by clicking News Discussions, and there each week, D1 News, the second 2 weeks is D2 News, the next 2 weeks is D3 News, so you can just go directly to them. I ask you to do those during the module period, or not more than like a week ahead of time. I don't like it when people go through and do them weeks in advance because of the fact that that it becomes a little less than ideal, that you're not really doing stuff, kind of keeping it in your mind. I want you to kind of constantly be thinking about the whole semester long. In order to get those, if you click on this link here, also under course content, religion news services, there is a link here, and it will just take you to a site called Religion News. You don't have to use this for your religion news stories. You can go to other sites, but the Religion News is also a site that is all religion news, and you can find stories here that you might find interest. But if you're reading the State Journal Register, St. Louis paper, Chicago Tribune, New York Times magazine, and they have relevant CNN.com, and they have religion news, you're welcome to use those as well. It's just basically trying to get you to use news from religion. Now, where was I at? Okay, if you go back to course modules, I said there are 2 of these modules that are here at the top. There's the Religious Community Visits module. This one is basically during the semester, and I may add a video in here talking a little bit more about this, but we're going to go to a variety of religious institutions and visit them. We're going to go to a Hindu temple, a Islamic society, Hope Church, Catholic Church, Baha'i Center, so a variety of different things. Now, let me amend what I just said. I'm asking you to go to 2 religious groups that are outside of your own religious tradition and to experience it, talk to the people, find out what it's about. I understand that can be very nerve-wracking. So what I do is I organize 6 trips to different groups, and I ask that if you want to go, that you go to something you're not familiar with, maybe you've not grown up in. If you have been to a mosque but not in a long time, that'd probably be okay if you don't consider yourself a Muslim, or if you consider yourself a Muslim but you've gone to a Catholic mass a few times and it's been a while, I'd be okay with you going, but I'd prefer you to go with traditions outside of your own experience. And so what I do is I schedule a series of times. I give you a little bit of overview, and then I schedule times. Do you have to go with the class? No. You can go on your own. You can schedule your own visits. You can go wherever you want to go. However, it is a lot nicer to go with a class. If you're going to go to other traditions on your own, I would encourage you not to just go to places you've already gone and not to go to just Christian churches. I have no problem with Christian churches only, but a lot of us are familiar with that. I'd kind of like you to get outside of your comfort box. And the reason why I do this and I schedule these is because I'd like for us to go as a class. I should have the dates up there fairly early, but we tend to always do them at the same times, like Fridays. and Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays or whatever. I don't think we do anything on Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Monday are the only real days we do these. And so I would encourage you to do that. I will have that schedule up probably within a few weeks of the start of the semester, if not the first week. You can submit your religious visit papers here. You can, if you choose, do 4 religious visits, and then you can substitute that for your term paper. I think this is a good way to not just learn about the religions, but to meet the people, see the experience, actually experience the religion. And I think that's going to go longer for long-term memory and learning about it than just simply writing a paper. And so I do allow you to, if you choose to go to 4, that's an option. But I would ask you go with the class for those 4, and you need to kind of plan for that. If you can't, you can always do the term paper. The term paper is over here, and what I've done here is I've given you kind of just a little bit of an overview, like the important dates and things. But I talk a little bit about how to pick a topic, and then I ask you to submit your topic by October 7th with a thesis and a little bit about that. And then after that, I have guidelines on how to write the term paper, and you submit it here as well. And it's due by November 18th. So that's all in here. As far as the first quiz goes, I probably will have some questions on these, but the reason why those are at the top of the course modules page is because these are things that go on all semester long. And so I want you to be aware of that. All right, well, if you have any questions or can't find anything, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I hope everybody has a good semester.